Hello, hello. So, let's see what's going on in these streets. It says here 20 things you should never say to a transgender person. Okay. Mm, Okay, let's get that. Okay. Society is undoubtedly becoming more accepting and open minded towards transgender individuals. However, some people are still ignorant or misinformed about how to treat them fairly and respectfully. Um, if if you put person at the end of something and people know how to treat a person, you don't need special treatment. If you're just a person, if you're a special person, then you need special treatment. And trust me, you don't get respect at the end of that. You get sympathy, but you don't get respect. Uh, if you're worried, this could be you. We're here to help. Okay. Please address my concerns. What's your real name? See what I mean? This is a question that people have been asking other people long before transgenderism was a thing. Why is it wrong now? Asking a transgender person about their real name is considered disrespectful and invalidating. Okay? That's because trans people will usually use a new name that better reflects their gender identity. You do understand that for everybody else, we don't get to choose our names, right? So this wouldn't be, this would not be how you would generally treat a person. This would be how you would treat a child that now believes he's Batman. You would play along and placate this child because he doesn't know any better. But in the real world, you would address this child by their name, especially if you're going to go to the doctor, you're going to go to court, maybe for a custody battle. You kind of have to use real names in real situations. Oh, God. Have you had the surgery? That is hilarious. Listen, that's a genuine question, especially if you're dating that person. I'm just saying, if you're dating that person, I think it's a legitimate question that people should ask. Or if, I mean, if you're thinking about fighting that person, I suppose if a dude comes up to you and starts talking that ish, and you're thinking about, what I mean, putting hands on him as uh, uh, you would to from a man to another man, and and you're wondering, I mean, you want to be creative, and you don't want to just call him the B word right off the bat. You might just be like, "Have you had the surgery yet?" And then you might ask you, "What are you talking about?" It's like, because it seems like you got a, you know what? Let's not worry about that. You don't look trans. Isn't that the goal? For instance, if I had my half my face burned off and I had surgery to repair the damage, if people told me I don't look like my face has been burnt off, I would think mission accomplished. But you're saying that is an insult and not a compliment? All right. Which bathrooms do you use? That is an that is a legitimate question as well. You might be concerned that that person might use the bathroom not associated with their natural gender in a place where there might be children using those bathrooms or vulnerable adults using those bathrooms. Anyways, I could never tell you were trans. Also, same thing. I thought that was the goal. If someone says that to you, you need to pay your surgeon extra. You're just confused. You could be confused. It's not like it's never happened. I mean, why are you having a conversation with the person in the first place if they're not allowed to speak to state their opinions? You just want people to validate you? You think people just exist to make you feel better about yourself? Sorry to tell you, but people are allowed opinions just like you are. It's just a phase. Well, I mean, you're speaking to a child. It seems like something that you would legitimately say. I don't know what kind of phase that is, though. I don't think that's a natural thing that just happens in life. Um, but I can see why someone would say that. And, and you certainly wouldn't respect someone that you feel the need to say that to. So I don't think the goal is to be respectful. I think it's to express that you don't respect their opinions and you think they're a fool. Um, what do you have down there? It's the same thing. Have you had the surgery yet? Or if the person don't want to accept the pronoun that you identified through using your observational senses, um, then you might ask them, then what's down there? So, and I'll address that thing uh, instead. Uh, you must like men/women, right? Well, yeah, that's a legitimate question. Uh, Sexuality tends to be between those two things, and especially if you're talking transitioning between those two things. I mean, you can't transition into non-binary, right? So you can only go between those two things. So it would be a question of, are you attracted to one or the other? If you were like, well, I'm attracted to not applicable gender, then guess that's a separate set of issues. But you were so pretty as a girl/boy. Yeah, it's a legitimate comment. Uh, some people decide to go from a moderately attractive, whatever gender they were before, to a goddamn freak show of whatever they're trying to be. They didn't hit the goal, but they went right past a good starting point. Um, aren't you just a drag queen/king? The hell is a drag king? Is that a thing? Huh. Which pronouns are you trying out? Roasted. That is hilarious. Um, Rude though. Very rude. How do you have probably the same way everyone else does? Smashing mutilated genitalia. You must be so brave. You gotta be, bruh. I gotta. I'll admit I'm a coward. I ain't getting my junk chopped off. That seems great. That's something I'll be scared of during torture. If you want to get information out of me and you're like, I'm gonna cut your thing off, I'm like, all right, you got me. What do you need to know? I surrender. Uh, I'm not that brave. There's some bravery right there. Are your parents okay with this? Well, if you're talking to a child, yeah, family is important to most people. Is this because of a trend? Eh, I don't know where that line of questioning is going to lead, but if the person legitimately believes they're going to do that, ask him if this is because of a trend. It's not going to lead to productive conversation, but hey, you can say it. Freedom of speech. Uh, I miss the old you. People say that to non-trans people. I don't understand why that would be a problem. You're doing this for attention. Yeah, yeah, they are. I don't. I, I mean, every surgery that people get is either to avoid attention or to get attention. There's no. Uh, can't you just be gay? It's hilarious. Tell you, people never thought there would be a day when they'd be like, yeah, just please, just bang the same sex, please. I can't with the pronouns and they're just exhausted. That is an accomplishment. You're actually so pretty. That's a problem too. Uh, According to National Center for Transgender Equality, that's crazy. There's a national center now. Giving compliments based on stereotypes about how men or women should look can actually be harmful and implies that you're surprised that a person passes and don't expect transgender people to look good, making it more of a backhanded compliment. And most of them don't look good. So it's not a backhanded compliment. It's an actual compliment. Like there's a lot of ugly people in the world that haven't transitioned, but you're more likely to be ugly if you did. Uh, okay, I think that's the end of it. Anyways, that was interesting. I think I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot as a person, and I've learned the proper way to speak to certain individuals that deserve special treatment because reasons. Anyways, till next time.